This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. Hi, I'm Mark Allen, and along with the insane Daryl Wayne, we're going to spend the next 2 hours talking about health topics that touch each and every one of us. From autism to how to tell if your physician is really tired and may not be operating at 100%. We're going to be talking about a wide variety of things. Robert Clancy will be joining us today, and we'll talk about energy healing with Richard Garden, who returns to the show this episode. This is just before Thanksgiving, so I am grateful for you tuning in and listening. Thanks for sharing the show on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/Late Night Health Radio, you can find out all the latest and greatest things that are happening here. And before we go to our first guest, Jane Diamond, I want to say thank you to my friend and partner, Daryl Wayne, the Insane One. Daryl, thank you for everything you do. I am grateful to have you in my life.
Well, same back at you.
Really? I thought you might hate me after this last weekend. We worked we were doing video recording of a seminar, and it was very arduous.
It was big time.
It was big time showbiz.
They don't get any bigger than that.
No, they don't.
At least the venue.
Yeah, the venue was big. My body still hurts. I was on my feet for almost 2 straight days. Well, anyway. Let's go to Philadelphia, where we're going to speak with Jane Diamond. Jane and I met on the set of Healthy Lifestyles with Araldo.
Where you were fortunate enough to be on the other side of the lens on that one.
Yes, I was actually on camera with that, and I think I interviewed you, Jane, right?
Yes, you did. You actually did.
God, well, let's talk about you first, your background. You've been in the health industry for a long time. Tell me about that.
Yes, I have actually. I started as a patient trying to navigate my own health after a terrible car accident when I was in my 20s. So from that, I grew up.
That was 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of life experience in those 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally, Mark, grew a business from that, being able to help other people and really trying to inspire them to work hard, have some grit and resiliency, and you got to fight for your health a lot of times. And you have to, sadly, which is something very hard for people, is to really be a self-leader and a navigator. And especially nowadays, as the system is so incredibly challenging and complicated, more so, you really need that skill, and it's really quite a skill.
No,
so I started to rehab myself, and
right.
then I went back and became very credentialed in areas of executive coaching and wellness coaching and ontological coaching, which is the intersection of body, emotion, and language.
And what was that last one called?
It's called ontological coaching.
Of course it is.
And it's the easiest way to describe it is the intersection of body, emotion, and language. And it's very much used in the workplace. Some people don't call it that. A lot of it is emotional intelligence, but it's trying to be a better observer of your behavior and your reaction to situations. So it's a lot of it is really team building, self-building, and learning how to interact within an organization. And it sounds so easy, but people have a lot of difficulty doing that.
Would you call yourself a patient advocate? Or you teach patients
yes, I am
how to be?
a patient advocate. I'm a physician advocate. I know extensive amount of information about population health, which I wanted to touch on because that's really a huge piece of what's happening in burnout. And again, I've done certifications in corporate wellness, and I've also done a couple of stints and certification programs at Harvard at the McLean School, and that's coaching in healthcare and leadership. And that was extraordinary training. You really learn from the best.
We teach.
And it's very practical.
We teach, or I should say I teach or recommend that patients, when they go in, especially at the first visit, address their doctor by their first name. I was told recently that's wrong, that we should offer the doctor respect. And I said, but the doctor doesn't necessarily respect me when he walks in and says, "Hi, Mark, I'm Dr. Smith." It puts him at a different level, and we're on the same team, in my opinion, talking about my health. How do you feel about that?
Well, I understand what you're saying, and I think some of that scenario that you described is part of the transition from, I'm going to say, the old way of practicing medicine to the new way. Usually, the way I address it is, the first time I meet somebody, it is doctor, and then pretty much after that is if I am on a first-name basis. My job, and especially if any of your listeners ever have anything seriously wrong with them or require to be under a physician's care, it's their duty to make that doctor their friend. So you never want to overuse that privilege, but therein lies your ability, which is very important about being a navigator, to make that person your friend, because you need them in your life. You need their assistance.
No, absolutely you do. And it doesn't matter if it's a doctor, a chiropractor, a medical doctor, a chiropractor, even a massage therapist. These are all part of your healthcare team.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And
so,
it's, and it's the team approach, we hope, that helps, hopefully drives that better behavior and better health outcomes.
well,
That's really the most important thing.
Exactly. And if, I think we all want a Marcus Welby. I'm dating myself here, and I've said this before, a Marcus Welby kind of approach with your physician. And the reason for that is obvious. You want to feel comfortable. As you just said, you want to feel like your doctor is on your team, is a friend, and is giving you
honestly,
advice.
Yeah. And honestly, Mark, I think physicians would like that, but the system really doesn't allow it anymore.
We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking in a couple of weeks about Medicare and how to choose Medicare policies and the labyrinth of trying to make your way through this maze that is just absolutely
so complicated. It's truly mind-boggling how complicated it is. And now, especially, for mostly everybody, it's re-enrollment now for their health care, and if they want to change it. And, if it's an individual person, you're really mandated by your geographical area. So, and I just had this conversation with one of my clients where I am in Philadelphia. I only have one choice for health insurance, only one. From a corporation, it's different. But I only have Blue Cross. That's my only choice. As
somebody who's taking Medicare? Or
Medicare, you have supplemental care. It's different.
Right.
But you have very few choices nowadays.
Yeah, a lot of the companies insurance companies are trying to not serve the underserved, people who are on Obamacare. It makes no sense to me. It's very, very depressing. Our topic really today is physician burnout. And we have a couple minutes in this segment, and we'll continue in a few moments after our break. But is physician burnout really something that we should all be aware of as consumers of healthcare?
Yes, I think it's incredibly prevalent. And I would think that probably at least half of the physicians are burned out, which means there's less quality in patient care. And it's not something that the doctors want to feel, but it's very prevalent. And it comes in different levels. I've dealt with physicians that are very burned out and physicians that are absolutely like lab rats that are running on such overload, and it's only a matter of time. One of the things, because when a physician is burned out, just like if you're exhausted and your body's tired after, as you said, you both were up and standing for 2 days straight. Think about a physician that's exhausted. It indirectly affects half of their patients. So what's happened is that we think of physicians and we take really highly trained, very highly educated people, and they're motivated. They're, in terms of their humanism, their ability to learn incredible amounts of material. Think of what doctors know, and most of us all know somebody that's a doctor or was studying to be a doctor or even a nurse. They have so much information that they need to learn. And what we've done is we've made them into, sometimes, especially in our big city hospitals, factory workers. We ask them, how many patients have you seen? How many procedures have you done? Have you met your quality metrics? Are your patient satisfaction reports done? As opposed to, how's your patient? Can you close your charts? And we have, we expect them to work 14-hour work days and then another 3 to 4 hours a day, sometimes, of charting.
Yeah,
and that's really not sustainable.
No, it's not only not sustainable, but mistakes happen that way, I would think. And how do you know the difference between patient Smith and Jones? Our guest is Jane Diamond. We're talking about physician burnout, and we'll find out more about that as Late Night Health continues. Please join us at latenighthealth.com. We'll have a pretty picture of Jane up there and a little story about her, as well as a link to her website. All right, don't go away. More coming up. We're going to turn it over to the insane Daryl Wayne as Late Night Health continues.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. When your life's problems seem to rise and fall like the waves on a stormy ocean, let hope become your life raft and faith become your paddle. Every sea touches a calm shoreline somewhere in the world, and eventually this storm that you're going through will pass too. Never allow negative circumstances to define you. Whatever happens to you in life may be fated, and it certainly can't be changed after the fact. What you can change is how you feel about it and how you're going to let it affect you. Today is a brand new day, and as with any gift, share it with love and gratitude.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com.
The latest from the greatest, the best in new music by classic rockers, with your host, the insane Daryl Wayne.
This is Alice Cooper, and if Daryl Wayne is insane, what does that make me? Criminally insane. Stick around to find out.
It is the latest from the greatest. We've had some really good conversations over the 5 years that this program has been going on with some great rock artists and some people from behind the scenes, authors and otherwise producers. Some of those have been captured on the latest for the greatest Volume 1. It's available on Amazon, or if you go to blackstoneaudio.com or Amazon, search for Daryl Wayne, Darrell Wayne.
I'm the Reverend Al Green, and I said Wayne insane.